I can't help you make friends, but I can help you find a job. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Battle to Bloom, where we are here to bloom into the best versions of ourselves. My name is Keela, and today we're going to talk about how to get a job during quarantine.
Oh, what you want to do with your life?
Work at McDonald's, man.
Yeah, you want to work at McDonald's for, King?
So I can make French fries, man.
So, first things first, work on your cover letter and your resume. Update, tweak them, add new skills, add new positions, add jobs that relate to your current interests and future career. In your resume, make sure that you use action words like completed, planned, organized in the beginning of your bullet points. Write captivating first sentences for your cover letters, to let the employer know, like, hey, I'm cool. Your cover letter is meant to show the employer more of who you are, along with your values and work ethic. Next, create a Glassdoor, LinkedIn, or Indeed profile. If you have a detailed profile, an employer is more likely to look at your resume. So make sure that you complete your profile thoroughly. Complete any Indeed assessments, add skills, add your certifications that you have. It makes it easier to apply for jobs because these sites save your resume and all of your experiences. Next, network. It didn't really help me because I have an intense fear of people, but I've seen it help others and it could help you as well. There are webinars and virtual job fairs that you can attend in your city that will help you network with people in your field. Ask friends and family members if the jobs that they're working at are currently hiring, because their companies are more likely to hire you if you already know someone that works in their company. That's why you see on a lot of applications, they ask the question, do you have a family member that works in this company, or who referred you? That type of thing. They're looking for people who they already know in the company and they can already trust. So if they trust someone that works in their company already, they're more likely to trust you because you know that person that they trust. Apply for jobs that are relevant to skills and positions in your resume. I'm not saying that you can't apply to a job outside of your current career because your interests can change, but employees are less inclined to hire someone that doesn't have experience in the field that you're applying to. So for instance, if you're a daycare worker and you want to apply to a marketing position in some random company, they look at your resume and they see that you only have experiences with children and not experiences in marketing. They ultimately are more likely to pass your resume over unless you tweak your resume in a way that reflects both your skills that you have in marketing and your job as a daycare worker already. You can put things like, oh, I have customer service skills, or creating projects for kids and teens using graphic designing skills. So next, apply for jobs on company websites. While it's great that you're applying for jobs on Indeed and Glassdoor, there's a whole other layer of jobs out there that are on these company websites. There are companies that will only put a select few of jobs on Indeed and Glassdoor, and then they'll have a whole bunch of other jobs that are already on their website. So something that my mom taught me, if you see a job listing for a company in Indeed and Glassdoor, look that company up, go directly to the website, and you'll see a ton more jobs listed on their website. I've seen this happen with a lot of government jobs or sometimes hospital positions as well. So next, write down every job that you apply for and call to follow up to see if the employer viewed your application. Sometimes calling will better your chances of the employer choosing you for an interview. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, I actually like this person's application. Let me go ahead and call for an interview. Calling to follow up on a position is also a good chance to show your first impression to other employees and to the employer. So be nice and cordial on the phone, please. This is the chance to ask quick questions to an employee already working there to get insight on the company and its environment. Don't be pushy and Don't ask personal questions that relate to their job experience. I would say maybe just ask a question like, what is a typical day at work like? That will give you a good idea as to if this position is the perfect fit for you. Before an interview, study up on the position that you applied for and the company. So go on their website, look at their mission statement, look at their about page, just go through the entire website just to make sure that oh, there's a snake outside my window. Oh my gosh. Okay. A big part of studying up on a company is to figure out what your expectations are as well as their values. So you may be asked questions that pertain to the day-to-day tasks that you went through during past jobs and how that relates to the position you applied for. So it's especially important to have experiences with each requirement. Next is to practice your interview and look up most common questions that they'll most likely ask. I know that there are some questions like, what are your greatest weaknesses? What are your greatest strengths? Employers might ask you, how did you help resolve a conflict with a patient or a customer? Employers also like to ask what your typical day at work would be like, your previous job. You know, just write down and practice the interview questions. Next is to do research on a position's salary. You can go on Glassdoor.com as well as salary.com. They have the most accurate kind of averages of how much a position pays for. What they do is they pull dozens of similar jobs together in your area and average how much people get paid in that field. So you could possibly be selling yourself short if you don't do your research. And I'll get into that in my next point. So my next point is, when negotiating a salary, always start high. Give them a range of how much you're expecting to get paid if the employer asks. If you happen to give the employer a low range, they will take advantage of that and offer you the job at what you said, because ultimately they're not going to try to tell you, oh, we'll pay you higher. That's not always the case. It definitely depends on, you know, the person and their experiences. My mom told me about this woman that was hired at the company that my mom works for, and the position was worth $120,000 a year. So when the employer asked the woman how much she's expecting to get paid for the position, she was like,
oh, I would like to get paid maybe $80,000 to $90,000 a year.
What?
Guess what? The employer offered her $90,000 a year. 90,000, 120. You get where I'm coming from? Absolutely not. This wraps up my video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.